hop yard. The hops are asleep right now, so they're not, they're kind of under the covers, but they fill this field up where you can't even see through it later on this year. And of course, they go into our beer. So this is kind of where we start brewing. We start by farming.
We grow beer. That's the focus at the Ruhstaller Farm in Dixon, and it's also what sets them apart.
You can't grow hops in St. Louis. You can't grow them in Boston or Texas. But the weather, the soil, the access to water, we have a lot of water here, makes it where we can actually grow hops. And historically, this greater Sacramento area was the largest hop growing region in the world. We shipped hops back to the old world, England and Germany. And so, as we got started, we kind of were challenged and then encouraged and inspired to grow hops and to grow beer. We have an opportunity to do it differently. We can actually not just have a physical location that combines all these ingredients and makes beer, but we can actually start by making the ingredients and growing the ingredients. And just like in wine or peaches or pears or milk or anything, or cheese, that product can reflect, we'll borrow a French word, the terroir. It can reflect the climate and the soil and that year and what was unique about it. And what we found is that that's possible with beer, that beer can not just be reflective of the people and the machines, but it can also be reflective of the climate, the air, the soil, that growing season. So it is an agricultural product. It's not just a water-based product that you drink, it's an agricultural product. And it doesn't just stop with or begin or end with hops, but we've used walnuts in beer, we've used lemons in beer. So a lot of the other things that grow in this area can be used to make beer that's unique and truly local, not just made down the road.
Wait, so is it tough to grow hops?
It's very, very difficult. It's easier to grow walnuts than it is hops. Hops are one of the most labor-intensive things to grow. That trellis is 18 feet tall, so you got to get up there. They're very susceptible to certain mites and pests that are prevalent here in the valley. So you need to watch them very carefully. You need to give them a lot of water during certain times of the year. They're finicky, but it's a magical thing to see these things grow. When it's 100 degrees out, they'll grow a foot a day. So they'll literally almost grow right in front of you.
A foot a day?
A foot a day. And so it's incredibly kind of gratifying. You walk down this path one day and then you walk down it a week later and it looks different because the hops have actually kind of grown right before your own eyes.
The farm also houses several animals who all play a part in the day-to-day operations.
Those guys are partly here to enjoy looking at, but they're our workers. So, there's a lot of animals that you see and there's a lot of animals you don't see that go into making, to growing things, whether it's hops or walnuts or what have you. And so that ecosystem, if it's in balance and having birds and animals are part of that balance, then you don't need to introduce chemicals, you don't have to spray, you don't have to, if there's a little more of that kind of a bug, you don't have to go get a miticide or pesticide. You just hope the birds will come and feast on that buffet, or the chickens will come and take advantage of that, the bounty.
Inspired by their Ruhstaller namesake and fueled by enthusiasm behind the cross-section of ag and beer, the goal is to produce the highest quality, most unique tasting beer in the world.
It's more maybe our gut, but it feels like it tastes better. And it maybe feels better to make it this way. So this is where the hops come after we pick them, so much later in the season. And we actually use this building to dry hops. So this is a hop kiln. This is how they traditionally dried hops. But of course, we only do that 1 month out of the year. So the other 11 months out of the year, we serve beer out of it. So
that's what I was gonna
this
say.
is also the bar or tap room or whatever you want to call it. But if you're looking for a beer, this is the place to get it. Probably the most popular one right now is either the hazy that we just came out with, or this current red ale, which is an amber lager. Both are fantastic. It's an amazing journey that I'm on, that a lot of our team is on, and we're blown away by it. And we're just having a lot of fun and trying to, not screw it up.